Hi guys, another video by MTech Pro. The iPhone X is the biggest phone Apple's ever made, which means its biggest rival could well be the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. Samsung's latest phablet flagship. Both phones are also very powerful, very expensive and packed full of high-end tech and features. But in a lot of ways they're very different. With that in mind, we've compared all their key points, so you can see where they're similar and where they're not. Design. The iPhone X and the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 have some design similarities. Both have a glass back and a metal frame, for example, though the corners on the iPhone X are more curved and it has almost no bezel on the front, with just a tiny notch at the top for the front-facing camera and sensors. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is light on bezel too, but not to the same extent, as it has a thin strip both above and below the display. Speaking of the display, we'll cover that more below, but from a design perspective you can't ignore the fact that it's curved, while the iPhone X's is flat. The two phones have different weights and dimensions, of course, with the iPhone X coming in at 143.6 x 70.9 x 7.7 millimeters and 174 grams, while the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is larger and heavier at 162.5 x 74.8 x 8.6 millimeters and 195 grams. Display. The screen is the most obvious element of the iPhone X, as it fills almost the entire front of the phone. Apple's even ditched the home button in order to leave more screen space, and lost the fingerprint scanner in the process. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is also almost all screen, though it has slightly more bezel, and has retained its fingerprint scanner, moving it to the back. The iPhone X's display is a 5.8-inch 1125 x 2436 OLED Super Retina display with a pixel density of 458 pixels per inch, while the Galaxy Note 8 S is a 6.3-inch 1440 x 2960 OLED screen with a pixel density of 521 pixels per inch. So Samsung's is both larger and sharper, and both phones use OLED, allowing for superior contrast and vibrant colors. OS and power. Neither of these phones should leave you wishing for more power. The iPhone X uses a new A11 Bionic chipset. It's a 6-core one and a substantial upgrade in power over the iPhone 7 S. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8, meanwhile, uses either an octa-core Snapdragon 835 chipset or an octa-core Exynos 8895 one, depending on where you are in the world, but they're both top-end and the Note 8 is an exceedingly powerful phone. It also has 6 GB of RAM, and while Apple hasn't revealed how much RAM the iPhone X has, we'd guess there's 3 GB. As for the OS, you get Android Nougat on the Samsung Galaxy Note 8 and iOS 11 on the iPhone X. If you've used an Android or iOS handset before, you'll know what to expect here, but iOS is a bit different on the iPhone X. Camera and battery. There's a dual-lens 12-megapixel camera on the iPhone X, with one f/1.8 wide-angle lens and one f/2.4 telephoto one. The combination allows for optical zoom, and both lenses have optical image stabilization (OIS), so your photos come out clearer. It's also got depth sensing skills, allowing you to blur the background of an image for a bokeh effect, and Apple has put a big focus on augmented reality (Arkansas), with a new snapper allowing you to essentially project video games onto tables, view the constellations around you by looking at them through the camera, and more. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 also has dual 12-megapixel cameras, but they have f/1.7 and f/2.4 apertures, meaning it should be able to take in even more light than the iPhone X's when using the wide-angle lens. The Galaxy Note 8 can shoot in 4K at 30 FPS, while the iPhone X can do so at 60 FPS. Apple hasn't revealed the size of the iPhone X's battery, but has said that it can last for up to 12 hours of internet use or 13 hours of video. It also supports wireless charging, and can apparently go from 0 to 50% in 30 minutes when plugged in. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 also supports both wireless and fast charging, and it has a 3,300 mAh battery, which lasts all day in our tests. Price. The iPhone X is a whole new level of expensive, starting at $999 for a 64GB model and rising to $1,149 for a 256GB one. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 is far from cheap either, though at $929 that's for a 64GB model. Thank you for watching. Don't forget like and subscribe, share it if you liked.